Hey guys, and welcome back. Can I be honest that I haven't always felt comfortable in my own skin? I was always the kid who would rather hang out with the adults. I liked to play teacher growing up. When I was 8 years old, I remember asking for office supplies for Christmas. I was that kid. And while I loved it and found a lot of joy in what I was doing and playing and the few friends that I had, I was never a lots of friends kind of person. I talked about in my previous video being an introvert, and while that doesn't mean shy, and we're going to talk about that in a future video because there is a lot of misconception about what introversion actually is and how introverts process the world and interact. And it is a pet peeve of mine when people say, oh, well, you're just shy. No. I have shy moments, but I'm not shy. I'm an introvert. But that's for a whole nother video. Today, we are going to be talking about the masks that we wear to mask our pain. And sometimes, I think all of us can wear different masks. Sometimes it's the people-pleasing mask. Sometimes it's the victim mask. Sometimes it's the I don't need anybody mask. But we all wear masks because sometimes showing the true self, who we really are, feels scary, feels intimidating, feels maybe even unsafe to show the world. And I think it's important that we recognize the masks that we wear because they color how we view the world sometimes. And for me, I was recently doing a Bible study that was asking this question, asking you to identify the masks that you wear and really looking at your past to understand kind of what caused you to put that mask on in the first place and what you might need to face in order to take it off. And when I went through it, I had already done a lot of work on myself. This lesson, I thought, I've done that work. I'll just do it because I'm leading this study and I need to have answered the questions so that I can lead discussion or whatever. And when I sat there and I sat with the Lord, I don't know if this ever happens to you, but oftentimes the Holy Spirit speaks to me in the moment that I absolutely least expect it. And so I was sitting there and I was writing down my answers, kind of just doing the check box, I'm going to do this because I'm supposed to sort of thing. And all of a sudden in this moment, the word unique mask came to me. And I thought, well, what does that even mean, unique? Aren't we supposed to be unique? Didn't God create us each individually unique? I don't understand what that word means. One of the messages that was given in our family, and it's a positive message, is that I was unique, that both me and my sister, that we could do anything that we set our minds to. My parents were really encouraging in that way. But I think because of some early moments of feeling like I didn't fit in and I felt rejected by my peer group, I took that message and kind of twisted it around and decided somewhere along the way that being unique was my identity. That in order for me to fit in order for me to not be rejected, in order for me to have a place in people's lives or in whatever circumstance, I needed to be somehow unique and special and different. Because if I filled that role in the puzzle, I filled a unique role, my puzzle piece was so special that nobody would be able to replace me. Now, what that ended up looking like is a lot of envy and jealousy when I felt like somebody was encroaching on my space. And at first that was confusing to me because I didn't necessarily actually feel jealous of people. I had good friends who had similar interests to me. But for some reason, whenever it felt like they were wanting to come into my lane, like this intense, and you know what I'm talking about, but this intense jealousy would rise up in me. And it was like, that's mine. That's my spot. Don't you take it. And again, it was confusing because I thought, well, I don't place my identity in being the only one. Like, I understand that there is space for many people to occupy the same place, or however that saying goes. And I was happy for people, and I wanted people to be operating in their gifts and strengths, but there was something about, like, this is mine, that I felt the need to protect. And so as I was unpacking this word unique, I realized that for me, I feel like that is the only way that I fit in, is having some sort of unique role. Having somebody else then occupy that same role or provide that same sort of thing to the group meant, in my mind, that there was then no longer a place for me. And it would allow people to squeeze me out. And then where would I be? In a friendship, in a job, in my church family. I saw that happening a lot in church. I really didn't like, because that's a place that we're all supposed to be able to really bring our gifts forward. And it's supposed to be a place where leaders encourage that and want that. And I was seeing that happening with me, where other leaders would be encouraging me and giving me space. But there was something in me that was like, well, yeah, I'll do that. But if for everybody outside of my specific little lane, because nobody else can be in here. As God has been showing me and working in me to kind of root out that thing, I'm able to really rest in the fact that I, Matina, am a unique person. I am uniquely called. I'm uniquely purposed. And I'm uniquely gifted by God to do the things that he's calling me to do. But that isn't my identity. My identity is in being a child of God, to be willing to step into the things that he's asking me to, encourage and walk alongside other people who may step into the things that I had, because they're not mine. They're not my things. They're not my places. They're spaces and opportunities that the Lord has opened for me and allowed me for a moment to stand in. And then he may reposition me because he's bringing up somebody else. But I needed to get out of my own way. And what recognizing that mask has done for me is it's brought such freedom. It has allowed me to be confident in who I am, not what I do, not what I bring to the table. And I think it's interesting because I wasn't somebody who thought I struggled with my identity, or that I thought my identity was in the things that I did. But it was in what I brought to the table. And it's a slight difference, but it was difference enough in my mind that I missed it. And the great thing about God is that when he's ready to help you deal with something, he brings it to the front, even if you missed it. While that jealousy isn't completely gone, I'm able to recognize it and surrender it back to the Lord. And there are people in my life who I've shared this with so that they can help hold me accountable. Because we need accountability in our life. We need other people to help us. Because the thing about our flesh, the thing about sin, the thing about the yucky, messy, dirty parts of us is that sometimes they're hard to get rid of. And it's not in our own strength that we get rid of them or that we work through them. It is through the strength of the Lord. And the Lord puts people in your life to help you with that accountability. I will not say that I never wear that mask. I will say that it is a work in progress. But I'm glad that I know that now, because I want to be able to be an encourager to other people. I want to be able to walk alongside other people as they step into their giftings, because people have done that for me. I want to be known as somebody who is a champion of others. And you can't really do that when you're jealous. My encouragement would be to begin to ask yourself, what are the masks that I wear? And it can be a hard question because, again, we wear them for a reason. We wear them because they work for us. We wear them because they protect us. But sometimes they also get in our way. So what's getting in your way? And are you going to allow the Lord, who cares deeply about you and wants you to grow, you're going to allow him to open your eyes to those things? Have an awesome day. And as always, keep adventuring with Jesus.